Welcome to your A to Z guide to the 2022 French Grand Prix. As we wind down the first half of the Formula One season, round 12 of the championship heads to the sunny climes of Le Castellet, France, for a blast around the Circuit Paul Ricard. A pivotal time in this year's championship with the summer break right around the corner and upgrades shifting the landscape of the F1 pecking order ever so slightly. Despite its turbulent history with F1 fans, the Circuit Paul Ricard should provide a good setting for this weekend's race, and we're here to help you get set with our complete preview for the 2022 French Grand Prix. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and enable notifications for weekly F1 videos. The Circuit Paul Ricard is one of the most renowned racing circuits in the world and is an ideal circuit for testing any racing car. The 5.8-kilometer track is easily recognizable with its multicolored runoff strips and its complicated configuration. There are 247 different track configurations possible at the Circuit Paul Ricard, but Formula One will be using 15 corners this weekend, 6 that go left and 9 that go right. Paul Ricard has a good mixture of all types of corners that will test every area of the car, but the two long straights means a high top speed is crucial for success. The French Grand Prix is known to have one of the highest average track temperatures of the year at 50 degrees Celsius. With high air temperatures expected this weekend in France, track temps will be an area for focus as teams try and manage tire wear and find an ideal strategy. And if you didn't know, the colored lines at the Circuit Paul Ricard aren't just for show. They make up a high-grip asphalt runoff system that replaces traditional gravel traps. The blue zone isn't as abrasive and is only mildly punishing, while the red zone is highly abrasive and can damage tires quite easily, but it will help slow down the cars. France has a rich history in Formula One, but the Circuit Paul Ricard is fairly new to modern F1. The first race held at this circuit was back in 1971, and there have been 17 championship races in total since then. The most successful constructors at Paul Ricard are McLaren and Williams, who have each won 3 races back in the day. Mercedes have had the most success since the return of this track, as they've won 2 out of the 3 races here. Out of the current drivers, only Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen have won at the Circuit Paul Ricard, with Hamilton winning in 2018 and 19, and Verstappen taking victory in last year's Grand Prix. If you want to win a race around this track, you are best suited to start on pole, as 65% of race winners have taken victory when starting first. Drivers have also had success winning from lower down on the grid, as 23% have been able to win when starting from outside the top 3. And finally, known as one of the safest tracks in the world, seeing a safety car deployed at Paul Ricard is rare, with only a 6% historical chance of a safety car deployment. We're back to a traditional weekend format, so check out the session start times for free practice and the Grand Prix. Let's start by looking at the projected weather forecast for France. It's going to be a hot July weekend in Le Castellet, as temperatures in the 30s are expected throughout Friday to Sunday, with no rain in the forecast and plenty of heat expected. Moving on to tires, Pirelli have brought the middle range of compounds with the C2, C3, and C4. The variety of corners places medium stress on the tires, with drivers having to manage the front tires cooling down on the long Mistral straight. A one-stop is usually the most successful strategy, but Max Verstappen pulled off the win in 2021 with a gambling two-stop strategy. Moving on to some upgrades, teams continue to upgrade their cars, as this weekend AlphaTauri will have major upgrades. They are mainly on the aero side that should give them a decent leap in performance. Nicholas Latifi will also finally get to run the upgraded parts on his Williams this weekend after a race delay thanks to the crash of Alex Albon in Silverstone. Here are the rest of your weekend notes for the 2022 French Grand Prix. So that'll conclude your preview for this weekend's French Grand Prix. We hope that you enjoyed this video and that you will enjoy this weekend's F1 action. Leave us a comment with your race predictions and also leave this video a like. Thanks for watching.